Thank you all. Huawei, oh no, the Huawei Pura 80 Pro starts at 6499 yuan, still priced on par with the Mate series. Do you think it's worth purchasing? Or, to put it more directly, how much will its value ultimately jump to? I will address this question in detail at the end. First, we need to thoroughly understand its actual level. First, unboxing, there's not much to say, but a few details. The protective case provided is a hard shell with a slightly matte interior. After putting it on, there's a slight gap. The advantage is it can display the original color, but personally, I prefer a soft case in copper tones. Its charger is worth praising, a 100 double-GaN charger. The power is the highest among flagships, yet the smallest in size. The charging speed is standard, fully charged in about 40 minutes. Additionally, the protective film included this time feels very good, very smooth, with good swipe performance. My unit has a tight power button, and there are no obvious defects in workmanship. Peripheral accessories are now standard. 6 or 7 star phones no longer deceive with generic clear cases and 500 yuan warranty cards like before. The charging head is commendable, and I hope other brands quickly follow suit. Regarding purchases, the P280 series no longer requires forced buying. You can now pre-order and have it shipped. However, there's nothing particularly praiseworthy. Normal products should be as they are. It's just moving forward with that kind of scarcity marketing feeling, really not high-end. Okay, let's look at its appearance. As the flagship of the series, the Pro version is fortunately also the best-looking model. The standard version, although lightweight, has much lower specifications. Both Pro Plus and Ultra have a large abstract lens. Everyone says you need to use Huawei phones to truly appreciate their quality, so I went ahead and touched it first and then realized it's uglier than the render head. When I went to pick it up, offline customer reviews could be summed up in 4 words: boundless hatred. But the Pro version is much better overall. First, its advanced camera system takes up considerably less space. However, this slight difference still keeps its visual center accurately positioned in the top left corner. Unlike the Ultra, which covers the entire upper part, the multi-level step design reduces its protrusion, making you feel that it's actually comparable in aggressiveness to the X200 Ultra. The white back cover on the right feels smooth and has the charm of the Mate 40 series. Flip it back to the front and the screen quality is good, sufficiently clear and delicate. The 4 sides of the Tesla have regressed somewhat compared to the previous generation PR70 Pro. It's very unfortunate that the leading aesthetic of the front is gone, but its feel remains good. The triangular camera leaves space for fingers, and the large curved frame is a design you can only see on Huawei. Overall, it's just one word: rude. The P280 Pro also has small considerations in the frame. The smooth feel with metallic brush texture inside. The pale gold combined with white looks very good. This differentiates it from the Pura 70 Pro and Mate 10 Pro. To be honest, those two Pros have average quality with no details to speak of. Probably to differentiate from the Pro Plus, they cut many features. Only the 80 Pro gave me a good feeling. As for the combination of Pro and Ultra color schemes, the mixed tonal elements exaggerate the abruptness of the lens deco, pushing the limits in balancing lens size and design aesthetic. The Pro combined with Ultra represents complete indulgence after extreme collapse. This is my second part of the review. Let's directly look at the imaging, which is also the most time-consuming part of my testing. I compare mainly the iPhone 16 Pro with the X200 Ultra and add the X100 Ultra with a 23mm 1-inch sensor because the X300 Ultra has a different 35mm focal length. Please watch the public screen as we discuss Huawei's ongoing color bias issue with the 10x telephoto. Upon seeing it, I thought, something's seriously wrong. The legacy performance didn't comply when photographed last time, but calculations confirm the color is correct. Since Huawei introduced the red ceiling primary color system in the Mei Liaoqing series, color bias has greatly improved, but the Mate 10 Pro's telephoto lens still exhibits a slight grey-green tint. The 1280 PRO gives me a sense of progress, but there are still some instability issues, such as the color of the light strip being slightly off. The colors over time also show some instability. Its lighting and shadows are more pronounced during the 30x long telephoto extreme zoom, which isn't as good as the X200 Ultra's powerful telephoto lens. However, the 4x and 10x zoom performances are similar and quite good. Personally, I find them all commendable. In these 3 conventional aspects, the Huawei P280, it can be said that it has relatively strong imaging capabilities, even with its own rich tonal styles. This is a considerable improvement for Huawei, which used to frequently have color biases. In terms of image processing, the normal mode is just a bit brighter, but when night mode is activated, it becomes somewhat splendid, very similar to the set of image algorithms that everyone initially released when starting to compete in imaging. But it actually looks good. Its video performance has also greatly improved. The main camera's night scene is only slightly inferior in purity compared to Apple's. But the image details are quite excellent. Can you say that this improvement isn't significant? It's just that the image cropping is relatively large. To summarize the imaging part of the P280 Pro, I think it can be said that it is the first Huawei phone after the Mate 40 that can truly be called a flagship-level Huawei phone. Both hardware and software are up to par. You can see that in every aspect it can compete with the currently best competitors. Previously, comparing was impossible due to inaccurate colors and inconsistencies, relying solely on calculations. However, claiming it can't compete under extreme conditions, I don't believe arguments that it's been overwhelmingly beaten hold much weight. Wins and losses across different review videos under various conditions are normal. This shows that the P280 Pro's imaging matches mainstream standards, a clear conclusion. It's still unstable with occasional failures, but the likelihood of generating quality images has greatly improved. This is already a huge improvement for Huawei. Currently, it's roughly at the mid-tier level within the flagship camp. If you claim Huawei has always led in imaging, then ignore me. Your personal experience matters. Considering the price, competing brands at the same point are like gods battling, and the P280 Pro can't win. But its significance lies in giving Huawei users a genuine choice for their imaging needs. Unlike before, when buying the Mate or Pure series, the imaging quality was more or less the same. Speaking of performance, the processor is still the Kirin 9020. Everyday usage is smooth without issues, and in terms of optimization, it's at an average level that everyone is familiar with. As for gaming, whether to play games or not is a separate issue. This pure Harmony OS has only adapted a few mainstream games in total. King of Glory, PUBG and Triangle Jodo. I was actually shocked that it adapted Triangle Jodo. The experience is average with low graphics and unstable frame rates. You can play King of Glory, but frame rate rarely maintains 120 FPS. Still holding firm with the demands of gaming, come check out its speaker performance before the system review begins. Alright, let's talk about the Red Magic 5.1 system. The entire 1280 series is equipped with 5.1, which is the pure Shui film system. It cannot be downgraded to 4.3. It's relatively aggressive as there are quite a number of PC users. There are definitely many users who say the 801 series but then find it very uncomfortable to use. However, this is something that has to be recommended. No users mean no adaptation, which I can understand. So how complete is this system now? It is essentially usable with no issues in major areas like food, clothing, housing and transportation. However, many areas require personal adaptation. You might find that some features like slicing in machine scripts are missing. Many applications require you to download from Joytong and cannot use WeChat login. The frame rate is also limited. It's hard to download a game and it's still from the Huawei channel server. This experience is quite isolated. If you are not someone with very low demands on a phone, rest assured the frustrating experience is inevitable. Don't believe others when they say they are comfortable using it. It's understandable to praise Homo Next, but those who tell you it's easy to use and tell you to go use it never have anything good. If your work heavily involves certain apps, I would strongly advise against trying it. Simply put, the phone is just a tool, and it's not a good enough tool for you. Even referring to Honor is inadequate. What is the greatest advantage of pure Harmony OS? Simply put, it's the only system that truly approaches iOS. Other brands' fruit flavors are superficial, while Chunxue Pengmu has genuine qualities. I won't mention animation smoothness. On Harmony OS 5.1, you can feel that many software adaptations are comprehensive. Interaction tactile, dynamic guides, and lock screen interfaces are all optimized accordingly. Only iOS has achieved this level of adaptation over the years. Regrettably, Harmony OS is now being imitated without adhering to Lingdong's original Harmony OS and has been deceived. Overall, Red Magic 5.1's animations are smooth and slick, leaving a very good impression on me. I really like it mainly because I have other backup phones. If you only have one phone, then Red Magic 5.1 will work, but I do not recommend using it. If you're not satisfied, don't come to me. Regarding the P280 Pro, my personal feelings are, I quite like it. Although I'm usually critical of Huawei products, this product aligns with my aesthetic preferences for phones. The cigar's texture and feel, along with the 1-inch imaging hardware, allow its actual shooting performance to compete with competitors. I personally believe there's been progress, of course. At this price, it remains Huawei's most powerful and balanced flagship, though it is seriously overpriced and has performance and specifications inferior to competitors. It's much stronger than the Mate 60 Pro 70 series. It's the only recent model that covers the logo, allowing Huawei phones to compete with brand rivals without stacking buffs. Whether it can defeat the Mate series is uncertain, but at least it has a ticket to enter the competition. However, it might be because the Mate 60 series has already exhausted some of its sales in advance. Both generations of the PR series sold below expectation, and some data even suggest this generation performs worse than the Pura 70 series. Though the 70 series surpassed 10 million sales, price cuts significantly impacted it. The Mate 60 series performance miracle remains difficult to replicate. Even if the P280 series has far superior product capabilities, we can clearly feel that consumers are gradually shifting their focus from grandiose features to actual product performance and price in current Huawei products. The P280 series is no exception and is expected to become a highly sought-after discount darling in the market. What do you think? Is this phone priced appropriately? Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section. Alright everyone, that's all for this video. I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye now.